Hi, my name is Abdulwahab, and today I will be discussing about personal and intrapersonal barriers of communication. But wait, let's have a quick review of what barriers to communication mean. A communication barrier is anything that comes in the way of receiving and understanding messages that one sends to another to convey his ideas, thoughts, or any other kind of information. And now let's move on to the main topic, which is personal and intrapersonal barriers of communication. The personal barriers relate to the factors that are personal to the sender and receiver and act as a hindrance in the communication process. These factors include the life experiences, emotions, attitudes, behavior that hinders the ability of a person to communicate. The most common causes of personal barriers are lack of listening skills. The efficiency of communication process gets disturbed when the receiver listens only with ears but do not apply his mind. Often the receiver listens what he wants to listen and give no attention to other aspects of the information, thereby acting as a hindrance to the effective communication. The other one is selective attention. This problem arises when the person is impatient and puts his objective above all. He gives ears to only that part of the information which is helpful for him and fulfills his objective and ignores all the other aspects. The other one is lack of knowledge. Also, the communication process suffers if the sender and receiver have less knowledge about the subject matter. And lastly, lack of vocabulary. Often, the communication problem arises when the sender uses some words which are difficult for the receiver to comprehend correctly. And now let's move on to another barriers of communication, the intrapersonal barriers of communication. This includes childhood insecurities, labeling trauma, and negative psychological and emotional experiences. Intrapersonal barriers are obstacles within the self that stop us from sending and receiving information effectively. Individuals have their own preconceptions due to their personality, education, experiences, culture, and values. Some common causes of intrapersonal barriers to communication are incorrect assumptions. When we receive a message, we make incorrect assumptions, sometimes due to lack of knowledge about an individual or a preconceived notion. The other one is differing perceptions. The way we view and understand the world can be defined as our perception. Different perceptions arise because each individual holds a different viewpoint on the same situation, and also different background. An individual's background plays an important role in determining how they interpret a message. People have different education, environment, and cultures. They respond to different experiences in their own unique way. And lastly, categorical thinking. Those who believe they know everything about the subject tend to disregard any further information about it. They create barriers of intrapersonal communication due to their know-it-all attitude, which causes communication failure. Interpersonal barriers can be overcome by paying attention and making an effort to rectify the problem. One of the examples of intrapersonal barriers of communication is when a doctor uses technical terms with a patient without stopping to think whether the patient understands what they mean. If the doctor gives it some thought, they'll be able to explain in simpler terms. That's all, and thank you.